Just the season of Christmas cheer. Just 2 days away from a man in a red suit coming down chimneys all across the globe. But tonight for the Rosemount Irish and the Eagan Wildcats, it would be tidings of joy or a lump of coal. We're going to find out here from the Civic Arena in a District 196 battle among two teams that when they get together, literally you can throw out the records. He's Nathan Kahn, I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for tuning in tonight here. 2 days before Christmas, and Nathan, we said it, two teams that these kids have grown up playing each other for years upon years. They know each other well. It's going to be an intense hockey game tonight.
Everybody knows the names on both sides. As you said, they've been matched up ever since they were mites and squirts. And there's history there. There's last year, there's the year before, there's that time in Pee-wees when that kid hit me from behind. I expect that we will have some penalties in this game. Hopefully everybody stays safe in terms of their physical condition. Cats are ready to roll here, wearing their home whites with the green trim. Irish with their navy with the white and gold trim. And we're set to go here from Civic Arena.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a battle of the top lines to start things off for the Wildcats as that puck goes all the way in on Aiden Finn, the senior netminder for the Irish. And right away we've got some hey, how you doings just to the left of Finn. For Rosemont, starting up top, you've got Quentin Vadipo, Sam Schumacher, Peter DeGroot, Cats counter, Garrett Larson, Max Turner, Max Williams up front, Forrester and Shilkin back on D. For the Wildcats, Oliver Gordon, one of the defensemen for the Rosemount Irish, and I believe Jack Wonke is his defensive partner over on the far side. For the Irish, who come in, they were ranked 11th in the state poll as of a week ago amongst the big schools. 8-3, winners of 3 of their last 4. Their lone loss in that stretch was to Hermantown, and the Hawks, the perennial Class A power, ranked number 1 at that division once again. That was a 7-3 win for Hermantown last weekend. Wildcats, they've won 3 straight coming into this one. Beat Two Rivers 5-1 here last Saturday. They had Lakeville North, they beat them 5-2 a week before that, and Eastview was a 3-2 win. Of course, the Wildcats had that week off in between. They were supposed to play Apple Valley Burnsville, but that threat against the schools postponed that one until January the 15th. Here's Connor Keogh for the Wildcats. He'll be out there with Liam Thomas, and Brandon Lunenberg will ultimately join them, number 14. And we've got Finn with another mitt on the puck. Andrew Vobel back at the left point. Carter Eilertson, I should say, as well for the Cats. Rosemount's countering with the Avery Hanowski, Channing Goodwin, Bauer Sullivan line.
A little extra after that frozen puck there in front of Finn. We all understand the rivalry nature of this game. At the same time, that's the second time the Irish have taken offense to what I would describe as fairly minor Eagan transgressions. Both teams have got to keep their cool. There are going to be some penalties, but both teams have got to keep their cool so that they don't commit the big one, right? The big 5-minute major or the roughing call or the boarding or something like that's going to put the other team in a position to win the hockey game with a 5-minute major.
Turnover, Rosemont knee guard opportunity for the Cats, very short-lived. Hustling back that time for the Rosemont Irish was Jack Lenmark, number 28. He and Heath Erickson, defensive partners for the Irish.
I guess to finish the thought, Mike, I would say if you're gonna use your capital of, giving guys the business in front of the net, make sure it's warranted. I'll just say it that way. Don't want to cheapen it.
Pavic in for Eagan, number 11. He'll battle hard in the corner. This is Hanowski for the Rosemount Irish. And Rosemount going to come away with the puck. Of course, Rosemount wearing the helmets that the Michigan Wolverines stole the theme from. And poked out of his own. By the way, Schwark, the goaltender tonight for the Eagan Wildcats. Austin, the sophomore. I believe this is his 4th or 5th, at least his 4th, might be his 5th start in a row for the Wildcats.
Well, so important for a team that is still trying to figure out exactly what it does well and playing together, coming together as a team. So important to have that netminder be hot and stake a claim on that position. As you say, Mike, a number of games in a row gives continuity. Plus, it helps the defense. Helps the defense to know when Schwark's going to come out of the net. Helps, to know, how he wants to play the position, and that continuity can pay off.
And Schwark's one of those guys, he's a very good puck handling netminder. So we'll see if that comes into play at all tonight for the Wildcats. Maybe Rosemont trying to ring it around the boards or something like that. But faceoff's going to be to Schwark's right. Shots 3-2 Rosemont here early going. Lunenberg line going to be out for the Wildcats. And Rosemont's going to counter on the draw. Looks like Schmucker with DeGroot and Vadipo. Vadipo, a football player for Jeff Erdman's squad. Wildcats trying to ring around Eilertson. Up to Thomas. Lunenburg couldn't quite connect. Rosemont's just going to backhand that one out of harm's way with Gorin doing the honors.
One of the things I'm noticing here early in the early going, Rosemount has tended to be a very big physical team, Mike Cook, and the Wildcats in past seasons have not always had the size to, or the maturity or the strength or whatever you want to call it, to counter. They look like they've got it on the ice tonight.
Yep. Wonky tried to bring that one in for the Irish. Shot from way out, that's blocked by Thomas. That was off the shot of Gorin. Here's Rosemount again. This time it's Schmucker. The center is that line between DeGroot and Vadipo. We're 3.5 gone by in this one. Nice move that time, far side, right in front. And that goes just wide. Vadipo with the opportunity for the Irish. Rosemont's just going to punch that one back in with Gorin. And can Thomas poke it out for the Wildcats? He does. Eagan's going to make a change. Rosemont's going to change, looks like 3. As that one goes high and wide at Schwark. That was off the stick of DeGroot. DeGroot, the 5'11 senior for this Rosemount squad. Dumped all the way back in. Finishing off his check was Nygaard. Boy, the Cats are just going to get up and go. They've done a really nice job this year up and down the ice. Here's Nygaard. Had Turvold with him, couldn't quite connect.
He saw Turvold but couldn't quite get it to him, Mike. It was heads-up play.
McNeil for Rosemount goes just wide. McNeil out there with Mason Henderson and Cade Sherman. 13 and 7 respectively. He never got through, blocked in front by the Wildcats. And Nygaard will just tried to dump that one in, but a nice job by McNeil getting back for the Irish. Numbers not in the Rosemount favor as they get into the Wildcat zone. And Schwark, didn't quite have it. Rosemount battles for it. Vobel in there among others for the Wildcats. And finally it's going to be Garrett Larson able to poke that one out. Lenmark dumps it back in. Irish change. A little extracurricular behind the play. Looks like Sherman and Larson saying hi to each other.
I think you can put an asterisk next to just about every statement we make with a little extracurricular behind the play, Mike, because that's the theme of the night.
In front, couldn't quite connect. Riley shot, and Finn with a big save. Liam Riley coming off a 3-point night, including his first varsity goal in that win against Two Rivers over the weekend. Riley, one of those kids making the most of his opportunity as John Ballman is still out for the Wildcats. Hopefully he'll be back shortly after Christmas. Battling we'll call it a hand injury. I guess you call it upper body?
Yeah, let's do the NHL thing. Let's do upper body and lower body.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
It does. Cats win the draw. Here's Shilkin. Long shot. Finn easily steers that one aside with the right pad. Good crowd here in the Civic Arena this evening. And I would imagine it's going to get quite rowdy as this one goes on. As Shilkin dumps around Riley. He's taken out of the play that time by Hanowski. Right from the Wildcat bench. Here come to the Wildcats, speaking of. All alone this time, and Finn's going to cover it up because Lunenburg was going in 1-on-3. But Lunenburg had a bit of an opportunity. Finn made sure nothing came of it for his 5th save of the night.
So other than a little bit of scrambling down on the Wildcat end, and there's been a couple of scrambles in front of the Irish netminder as well, but with 11:14 to go, it's a pretty even hockey game.
Eagan with an opportunity. That one went over the top of the cage. Nygaard was in there. Turvold as well for the Wildcats. Back up top, and here, kept it. Nope, actually Rosemont's going to be able to come away with this one. Opportunity, Vadipo going to go in deep. He loses the puck to Forrester. Forrester started the year as a left wing, now plays defense for these Eagan Wildcats. Very versatile player, number 10 in white. Here's Turvold, tried to get it ahead. Coming down the middle, that was Pavic. Pavic had a nice game the other night. I'm not quite sure he got on the score sheet, but boy, he had a lot of hustle plays and was very involved. As up into the netting goes Schwartz, attempted, I guess you call it a clear. 10.5 to go. We're scoreless in the first. Here in Wildcat country, but Civic Arena, that's Wildcat country still.
It absolutely is Wildcat country. I'd like to thank anybody who's joined us here on the web, on the YouTube channel, or on ETV, whether you're from Rosemount, Eagan, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Sarasota, Florida, or parts unknown. Thanks so much for joining us here on ETV, making us part of your evening.
Yeah, I heard we have a big following in parts unknown.
I'll have to talk to one of the producers about that.
Yes, Joe Chupik, our former AWA aficionado. Here's Ben Williams for the Wildcats, 13 in white. Ben's got 3 straight games with 2 goals. His 6 is the team high for the Eagan Wildcats, who are going to regroup this time. This is Volbol. Williams got off of the bench. Here's Bartle, tried to get it in. Keogh and Lunenburg tie him up. We've got a 3-on-2. It's going to be 3-on-3 right in front of the scorers area. Officials just letting them play. And puck finally squirts out back into the Wildcat zone. Schwark leaves it, but it's going to be Rosemont with the opportunity off the turnover. Nice block that time. Volbol in front for the Cats.
Cats have got to connect there. That was dangerous. Schwark didn't connect with his teammate. Their communication just wasn't there.
And Eagan going to loft that one out. No icing. The officials' arms are out. Not sure the puck would have got there anyway. As Zach Grove, number 5 for the Irish. First time we've called Zach's name tonight. Back into the Wildcat zone. Here's number 11, Sullivan. And he's out there with Goodwin and Hanowski. Back at neutral. Good up and down flow to this one, Nathan.
Absolutely. It's entertaining hockey, no question about that. And so far, there's been a few hits, a few jabs at each other, but everyone's behaving themselves so far. Oh, I think are we going to get icing? No, it's going to be on short.
Yep.
So
wisely covers up with Channing Goodwin bearing down.
Yeah, I think the message of the day has got to be, make the basic fundamental play. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that's going to give this Rosemount Irish team some momentum. Remember last year, Mike, the Rosemount Irish had a fantastic hockey team, as they often do. Cats were really struggling, yet in this game, in this building, the Cats gave the Irish everything they could handle. And in fact, I think I said something to the effect of the hockey gods smiled cruelly on the Wildcats that day, as the Irish did defeat them ultimately.
In overtime.
Yes, that's right.
That was a game Rosemont outshot Eagan. I think it was like 55-15. There was Johnny Rossman for the Wildcats was just amazing between the pipes. But I think it might have actually been DeGroot with the game winner for Rosemont, if I'm not mistaken. That one through Schwark, and he'll wisely cover up. 8:13 to go here in the first. Schwark into this game, by the way, goals against average, $1.99.
I'll take that.
Save percentage is .923.
Schwark auditioning for the starting spot seems to have, as you said, Mike, earlier in this broadcast, seems to have locked that down a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, they're
certainly playing well.
Yeah, they're just riding him right now. I mean, they've got confidence in Micah Strop as well, but Schwark's just had the hot hand right now, and Coach Austin Kreiser says we're just going to ride that. And Finn lets that one go around for the Irish. Finn comes into this game. His goals against average in 3 games is .150, .941 on the save percentage.
It does make you wonder, Mike. I think if my memory serves, wasn't last year's score, I think 5-4 in overtime, if I'm not mistaken. It makes you wonder if tonight maybe goals will be at a premium.
Yep.
2 good goaltenders and 2 good teams in front of them.
Yep, there's Turner for the Wildcats. Disrupts that as Rosemont tries to break out of their own zone. Now the Irish have a little more success. Schmucker coming down. Schwark steers that one aside. Bedipo tried to get in on the tip for the blue-sweatered Irish. With 7:19 to go here in the opening frame. Still scoreless. Still penaltyless. Schwark steers that one aside. 7th shot of the game for the Irish. Kept in. Never got through to Schwark. Hit his own man coming through. That was DeGroot that got in the way of the shot that time from Lenmark. And Rosemont, yep, they were offsides. They're a pretty easy call. Bedipo in about a stride or two. Too early on that one. Face-off will come just outside the blue line. From that Wildcat bench. Of course, Austin Kreiser, the first-year coach for the Eagan Wildcats. Paul McGrath, Mario Munoz, the assistants this year. And in the spirit of the holidays, do we call them the 3 wise men?
Remains to be seen, but we'll find out.
Yep.
Did they bring me gifts?
I don't know.
I mean, if they brought me gifts, if I get 3 goals, then I'll call them the 3 wise men.
All right. The pressure has now been placed on the Wildcats. And nice job, Leon Thomas battles 1-on-2, wins that one for the Wildcats. Now back into the Rosemont end with a big hit that time. That was Bartle. absolutely drill the Wildcat into the boards, and I can't see who that is that's down.
I think it's Nygaard. It's either
single
Nygaard
digit,
or Riley.
It's a single-digit number.
Yeah, either Nygaard or Riley. But
actually, it's Keogh.
Okay, check it out. It's Keogh.
That's
I thought it was a 2.
Connor
it's a
Keogh,
7.
yeah.
So
first penalty of the game will go to the Rosemount Irish.
It's going to be a penalty. The refs are going to talk about this.
Yep.
He left his he hit from behind and he left his skates. That was a big hit.
Ryan Bartle is the guilty party, the sophomore.
And Keogh is not bringing his stick with him. It's got that one's got a sting, and I think the referees are talking whether this needs to be a 5 or some sort of misconduct because, again, he left his feet. It wasn't just that he hit him; it's that he left his feet. Yeah, it's a 5-minute for boarding,
yep,
and a misconduct.
So we got a major.
Yeah, it's going to be a major penalty.
Time of this one will be 10:31. And Keogh struggling on his. He is getting off under his own power, thankfully, but struggling at that. And they are. Looks like he's going to go straight to the locker room. I think I saw Lunenburg point to the door. Nope, I stand corrected. The door at the far end of the bench is what they pointed to.
Yeah, Keogh was really defenseless. That is a situation where, I mean, unfortunately, that's a situation where if you get a hit in the head, that's concussion territory. That's definitely the kind of safety call that the referees need to make. They need to make those kinds of calls, and I'm honestly happy that they made those kinds of calls. And you don't hear, from the Rosemount fans, the Eagan fans, everyone I think understands that's the right call. And Rosemount bench not overly exercised about it either. Understand, again, you hit a guy from behind into the bench into the boards like that, and you leave your feet to do it. You leave your skates to do it. It's going to be penalized.
Looks like Mason McDonald's going to serve the 5 portion of this. Because 34 Bartle's gonna, we got a 5 and a 10, we think. Try to get the official announcement, but bottom line, Eagan with a golden opportunity early with a major against the Irish. All right, so we got a boarding and a 10-minute misconduct.
This is the kind of situation that the Wildcats need to take advantage of, Mike. They need to stay cool, but they also need to gain the zone with control, put some pressure on the Rosemount Irish net. They've got a lot of time. They don't have to rush, but at the same time, they need to play with urgency.
For the Wildcats, the power play, again, has been a struggle this season. They would love to get one right here and kind of break that slump. They have just 3 power play goals and 28 opportunities, which that's 10.7%, by the way. For those of you that are keeping score. Eilertson for the Wildcats. Nygaard was coming in on the left side. I thought he might have been offside, but official was right there. Pavic keeps that one in. Nygaard down low. Tried to get it in front. I think he was looking for Turvold out there, number 19 in white. Good battle right along the near side board. Stick high into the air. Stays on the ice. Panowski in there for Rosemont with the battle. Couldn't see which Wildcat it was that lost his stick. Might have been Pavic. There's Turvold, makes a move. 3.5 to go on the man advantage for the Wildcats. And I thought Rosemont was able to clear that one. Instead, it's going to be number 14 for the Irish. That was Gorin.
Cats just need to calm down and set up shop here. They're opportunity.
There it is, Turvold.
Maybe that's what they were doing. They were lulling me into a sense of slumber to then wake it up on Christmas morning and get me one. And so 1 goal for the Cats. 33% of the way to being the wise men.
And for Turvold, that is goal number 4. Puts him second on the squad. Let's get the official word here at the Civic Arena. I think they said Pavic got the second. It's just I think Shilka got the first assist,
yep.
if I'm hearing correctly.
Yep. I think you're right.
And again, Eagan stays on the power play as Rosemount was assessed a major. 3 minutes to go, man advantage Wildcats. Just under 4.5 to go in the opening frame. Here's Eilertson wheeling down that left side. Thought he was going to try to make a move to the middle. Max Turner with an opportunity. Finn stops that. Larson on the doorstep. And that one squirts out of harm's way. Rosemont's going to make, looks like they're changing up a player. Eagan going to keep the same 5.
Cats in past years have not always taken advantage of opportunities, Mike. This is a huge opportunity for the Wildcats. They really do need to take advantage, get at least one more.
Good defensive play that time by Rosemont's number 21. That was Lonke. And that one, nope, didn't quite make the Rosemont bench. Thought it might get there. Potential 2-on-1 Rosemont. Schwark, not sure he knew where that one went, but he did make the save on Goodwin. Goodwin looking for goal number 8 on the season. 2:09 to go, and the man advantage for the Wildcats. Schwark just done a nice job this year. Really, one thing I've noticed too, he squares up the shooters really well. And and the Eagan defense this year, they have blocked a lot of shots.
One of the things I'm noticing about Schwark is he returns to his set position very, very quickly. I don't know if he's, goalies are often, we say they're oftentimes made out of rubber, right? But he really looks like he bounces really quickly back up, as opposed to some goalies who sometimes will stay down a little bit and create opportunities on rebounds or loose pucks.
Schmucker in for Rosemont, but Eagan able to break this one out. 3-on-2 potentially into the Rosemont zone. Pavic down that left side, tries to get in front of Nygaard. Couldn't quite connect. Riley will keep that in front of the Irish bench. Here's Vobel. Gets a shot off. That got deflected. Not sure if Finn got a piece of that on the way through. 1:28 to go in the man advantage. Nygaard will just leave it on that far side. A lively bounce off the boards. Turvold couldn't quite get there. And Vobel and the Cats will be forced to regroup. Vobel dumps that one in. Looks like Rosemont made a one-player change. I didn't quite catch who it was. Might be Vadipo, though, that came on. Hopping in front, and Finn was there on the stop. And all the way down it goes. Now Rosemont's going to change 1, 2, 3 more players. Cats are changing up 3 as well. They get 4 as it goes back into the zone.
Yeah, interesting use of the players, interesting use of the such a long power play, Mike. You can't have just even one group, and you might even be able to get 2 groups in. You're going to have to go a little deeper on your bench, I think, to find the power play combinations because they're out there for so long.
Yep. 37 to go, man advantage. Puck shoots around. Ryan Grotman tried to keep that one in for the Eagan Wildcats. Couldn't quite get there. And Eilertson and the Cats trying to get something set up in this Rosemont zone once again, but just wisely shot in that time by Lonke. Smart play there by the sophomore left defenseman. Eagan potentially one more opportunity with the man advantage. It has 12 seconds remaining. Larson, he had his first goal of the year down at Eastview a couple of weeks ago. All the way out, all the way down, and Rosemont is going to kill off the remainder of that major power play. So Eagan gets 1, but only 1.
Very competent kill that time by the Rosemount Irish. They did a nice job of attacking the Wildcats. Cats on their goal had some opportunities, had some time and space. That time the Irish, though, after conceding that goal, did a really nice job of closing down the Wildcats, not giving them any more time and space, and as a result the Wildcats struggled.
Blocked on the way that time by Shilkgren. And down in front, Rosemont gets it. It's going to be Sherman on the short side. 16 minutes in the first period. We've got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game. Nice feedback. I didn't see who that was behind the net for the Irish, but he saw Sherman right there in the senior. He did not have any doubt where that puck was going. 4th of the year for Cade Sherman.
Well, Schwark had the near side post in the middle covered, but Sherman that time went to the far corner. It was a nice play set up well that time by the Irish, no question about that. And I tell you, a goal in the last minute, such a killer for the Wildcats.
Gavin McNeil, Connor Schubert with the assist. We're inside a minute to go in this opening period.
A period that really the Wildcats will be very disappointed that they conceded that goal with a minute to go.
Yep. Boy, I'm looking over to the corner. They're I think we might have little chippers coming up between periods. Can't tell. I see some kids, small kids with helmets.
Yeah, I think we do have small kids with helmets.
Yeah, the first time this year. Here's Vobel. Shot, trying to get the deflection that time in front was knee guard. Rosemount opportunity. They've got numbers on that left side, trying to get it ahead this time to McNeil. And the Cats get back. Got that puck out of harm's way. With just over 30 to go in the period. Let's see if the Irish can control one more opportunity potentially for the visitors, but they just dump it into the zone. Too far for McNeil, and it's Forrester for the Cats. Bad turnover, though. Sherman gets it. Defensive play, Sherman. And Schwark is there. I believe that was Schubert actually that had the best opportunity for the Irish, 17, not 7. But regardless, it stays 1-1.
Well, what were you talking about earlier in the period, Mike? That the Cats need to be what? Fundamentally sound, make the smart play, try not to be too fancy. What happened? There was a turnover because of a backwards pass, no-look pass, and it creates an opportunity for the Irish. Can't do that if you're the Eagan Wildcats.
Hanowski, Goodwin, Sullivan, the trio up top for the Irish here with 13 seconds to go.
And we like creativity, but we also like good fundamental hockey.
And Gordon unable to control that. Final few seconds are going to tick off, and we're going to 17 minutes in the books. 17 shots on goal, 10 of those for the Rosemount Irish, 7 for your Eagan Wildcats. And what was a entertaining first period of hockey between these District 196 rivals.
Absolutely, and an even period of hockey. Both teams with some scoring opportunities, both teams getting a goal. So the Cats, though, may rue the fact that they didn't do a little bit more with that 5-minute power play, Mike, but at the same time, my suspicion is, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, my guess is that won't be their only power play of the game.
Nets are moving, the Eagan Wildcats are staying out. Nathan, we know what that means.
It's little chipper time.
Little chipper time. For the first time this year.
Well, first time this year at the boys hockey games.
Yeah.
The girls have had girls high school hockey team has had little chippers a couple of times.
How are the girls doing this year, by the way?
The girls are doing all right. They've had the last few years, they've been challenged by a very young roster. And this, for the first time, they have a number of seniors in the program, and those seniors are working hard, playing well. They're 5-6 right now. So they started the year 3-0 for the first time since 2017, and they've cooled off a little bit, but they're certainly competitive on a nightly basis, right? Even in games that they've lost, they've been competitive. Where a situation where they've had a bad period, and then they come back and play very even hockey the rest of the game. So, I think for the girls, it's a situation where they just need to start good, start well in the first period, and then good things will happen moving forward for them.
Are the girls in a holiday tournament?
The girls are not in a holiday tournament over the Christmas break, but they are going to Rochester over New Year's.
Wow.
They leave on. I say we because my daughter happens to be on the team. The girls head down to Rochester on the 1st, and will play Dodge County, who is a top Class A team and squad we've played before. And they will also be playing the Rochester Century John Marshall Co-op the next day. So 2 games down in Rochester, and then they will be coming home to take on their next opponent. And of course, the girls do play on the 27th. They play Creek-Durham Hall on the 27th. Good seats still available, so I'll put out the vibe for that. And I will tell you that Cretin is a section opponent, and the girls locked up with Cretin last year in the section, a 7-2 seed, and gave the 2 seed everything they could handle for 34 minutes, and were ahead 1-0 going to the second intermission, and unfortunately ended up on the wrong end of the score, and the Raiders advanced out of that game to the section semifinals.
So it looks like we've got multiple pucks going out there. I kind of lost track of the score, and let's be honest, it doesn't matter.
I don't think anybody is keeping score. I think it's just fun to watch these guys and girls go up and down the ice. These are the mini mites for the Eagan program. Names on the backs of jerseys in blue and green that will someday, their hopes, I'm sure, and dreams are someday be on the backs of the varsity players and JV players as part of these programs.
Munoz with a goal for the white team.
Yeah, we know that name.
Yeah, Mario's youngster, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there might be a Sparks out there too.
Is there? Okay.
I think I saw.
Oh yeah, there. Yep.
I think I saw a Sparks out there as well.
Yeah, there are some familiar last names for those of you that have been following Eagan hockey over the years. Less than a minute to go for the Chippers.
It is amazing.
It is.
How fast. You and I have both had hockey players go through the association, and we certainly have some experience with the high school program, and it's amazing how fast the kids go from being little chippers to being, Dad, can I borrow the car? And then from there, Dad, can you pay my tuition for the third semester at Pick Your College?
It's like more. It's like, Dad, can I use the car to drive to practice?
Yes.
All right, down to 15 seconds. Again, always good to see the little chippers out here keeping things lively between periods here in Wildcat country. Again, the final score of the chipper game, a lot to a lot. We'll go with that. All right, the big cats are going to go over. Watch the little cats go through, the high fives, the fist pumps. And that's going to wrap things up for the first period here at Wildcat Country. After one, the Eagan Wildcats won, the Rosemount Irish won. We'll be back shortly for second period action. You're watching Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's three different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns, they must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
We welcome you back inside the Eagan Civic Arena as we get set for second period action. The Eagan Wildcats won, the Rosemount Irish won. Pleased to be joined right now by Taylor Schilker. And Taylor, you kind of a special announcement here tonight.
Yeah, so it's actually grandparents' night here tonight. So we would like to take an opportunity to give a huge shout out to our incredible Eagan hockey grandparents. Whether cheering from the stands, tuning in from out of state, or just backing up a player as an honorary grandparent, your love, encouragement, and unwavering support means the world to our players, both on and off the ice. We also remember today those grandparents who have passed on. Your legacy continues in every goal, assist, shutout, and proud moment on the ice. Thank you, hockey grandparents, for your dedicated viewership and for being such an important part of our hockey family. We want to recognize some of the following VIPs that are watching this stream. For Ben Williams, we have Deb and Jim Peterson watching from Redwood Falls, Minnesota. For Andrew Vobel, Tom and Connie Smith watching from Rochester, Minnesota. For Eric Kerner, we have Doug and Janet Kerner from Wakefield, Kansas, and Cheryl and Chuck Toby from Battle Creek, Michigan. For Aaron Beckwith, we have Randy and Luann Beckwith from New Glarus, Wisconsin. For Gavin Beckwith, we have Mike and Bernie and Horn and Carl and Larry Jitson from Thorpe, Wisconsin. For Max Turner, we have John Shafison from Wisconsin and California. We have George and Gage Kreiser from Brainerd, Patricia Ahern from Invergrove Heights, and for Ben Shilkin, we have Sally Zaster watching from home. Love you, Benny. Shout out from Taylor.
You got any good stories about your brother you want to share or anything?
Let's see here. You know, I feel like this year he's really came into his own, and I feel like he's really a confident kid, and I feel like he kind of, just makes fun of me sometimes, but it's all right because I know it's out of love, and we have a really good relationship, but I can't think of a specific story, but I'm just going to say I love his confidence and I love his energy out there.
There he is with the puck right now. You want to call it for a while?
Sure.
Go for it.
Right.
Did you say you're majoring in sports broadcasting?
I am. So we got, all right. Let's see here.
Rosemont.
Right.
Yep, there you go. Wildcats bringing it out. Yeah.
Going down with the puck. Oh, let's see here. Oh, shot. Deflected. Who's that?
And we've got too many. What do we got here? Too many men, maybe? We're looking at the Eagan bench.
Interesting.
Real quick, by the way, you said his grandparent. I know we have a Rosemount grandparent checking in as well. And happy birthday a day early to Carol Lonke. So, Carol, in case we forget tomorrow, happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
A day early. Penalty on Liam Thomas, by the way, for the Wildcats. First infraction of the game against the home team. So it comes at 1:08, period number 2. First power play opportunity of the night for the Irish. Irish coming in on the power play here. They are coming in at 27.3% on the year, 6 for 22. And the Wildcat PK is right around 70%, 71.4 specifically.
Nice save.
Yeah, Schwark with another save. Looks at the Rosemont player like, yeah, I don't think so. 1:32 to go, man advantage. Hey, one more Rosemont shout out while we're doing it. Kayla Foley, hey, thanks for checking in tonight to watch your Rosemount Irish here on Eagan TV. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in, no matter where you're checking in from. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. Rosemont's going to keep this one in the zone, far side, back up top. Quick shot, that goes just wide. Rebound is there, Dennis. 2-1 Irish. Power play goal, 1:57, period number 2. And it looks like first man through is going to be Schmucker. And if indeed it is Sam, that will be goal number 7. Ties him with Channing Goodwin for the team lead. Bottom line, Rosemount lead, first time in this hockey game. 1:57 period number 2. So Cade Sherman, Jack Lonke getting the assist on the goal that time by Sam Schmucker. Schmucker, the senior center for this Rosemont squad. And the Wildcats trailing for the first time tonight. Long shot, Schwark watches that go by. Lively bounce off the boards. Riley unable to clear for the home team. It's all about you, Taylor. Here we go.
All right, let's see here. Charlie Forrester digging in the corner. All right. All right, Ben Williams. Oh. Goes up the ice to Williams. And now Riley.
2-on-1 potential.
Oh, deflected.
Yeah, Larson looking for Williams. As we're 5 aside, 3 minutes into the second period. Come up with any good stories for your brother?
Let me see here.
No pressure.
Pressure's on. No.
We were looking earlier, by the way, in the game program. Did you look at Ben? It says, what would you sing during karaoke night? Every rose has its thorn.
See, I will say that me and Ben have been raised with 80s music. We are 80s kids where every time karaoke, that's our go-to. So that does not surprise me. That's kind of our song.
And we've got some pleasantries there. Lane Nygaard and Vadipo. And I believe it's going to be Rosemont that's going to go man. And yeah, I stand corrected. It's going to be Nygaard sitting for the Eagan Wildcats. Second penalty of this second period. Rosemont took all of 49 seconds to score earlier. Interference, the official call.
Lunenburg up the ice.
Lunenburg all the way down. Ethan Mann out there on the penalty kill for the Wildcats. I think first shift of the night for him. Rosemont with numbers into the Wildcat zone. Sherman down that left side. It goes to the middle. Tried to do a little give and go. Didn't quite work out. Far side, McNeil back up top. This is Lonke. Back up top again. This time, Lonke far side, or near side, I should say. Good job of keeping this puck in the zone.
Ooh,
and
save.
Schwark with the glove. 1:10 to go. So, all right, Taylor, last chance.
Last chance here for a story from Ben.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a story of him. When he was younger, he used to paint his toenails, and we would laugh at him for it, but he loved it. So I love his uniqueness there.
And I'm sure Ben is glad you just said that story, and his teammates are all going to hear this. So.
All right. Love you, Benny. Signing off.
Taylor, thanks for joining us. Taylor Shilgan, former, or I should say future sports broadcast superstar, coming down from the U of M. So, Taylor, thanks a lot. Have a good holiday season. Nathan, welcome back.
Well, it's good to be back. The Wildcats, though, to start the period, looked like they left something maybe in the dressing room here, Mike. It definitely seems to be one-way traffic so far for the Irish, going from right to left.
Quick passing, quick shot, blocked that time. That was Larson for the Wildcats. And Garrett, can he get over the puck that time? No, controls by the Irish. Back out, Lonke up top. Larson with him. Larson backhand, couldn't get it out, however. Kept in, Goodwin. Near side, Schubert. Far side, little pitch and catch with 28 to go in the man advantage. And a couple of players, just some incidental contact, no harm, no foul in the blue paint. As Eilertson was there against Rosemount's Hanowski. Let me try that again. 26 to go.
Too many consonants. Not enough vowels, Mike. I'll tell you something. Though, like seriously though, Cats look like they're playing as a shell of themselves from the first period. That's a trend that cannot continue.
Again, really, this power play has been, I believe, in the Eagan zone the entire time. Opportunity, quick pass across, shot from the circle, read well that time by Schwark. Got the glove on that one. 10 to go. Man advantage, Irish. It's a good shot that time by McNeil on that circle. And looks like Ricky Sainty's going to send. Oh, they're going to keep some of the. Okay. No. I thought McNeil was going to head off. Looked like he wanted to head off, but he stays on for the remainder of this power play.
Irish.
Yep, go ahead.
I was going to say, Irish starting to really look like that top 20 Class AA team, Mike.
And it's 3-1 Rosemount. That one will not be a power play goal. However, Egan's D-guard was just coming out of the box. So at 5:22 of period number 2, it is now 3-1 for the Rosemount Irish. Absolutely taking the Wildcats to the woodshed here in this second period.
Yeah, the air has definitely come out of the Wildcats' sails at the moment. Now it's time to get it back. I mean, they've come out and been flat. They've made mistakes. Coach Austin Kreiser, after the second goal, was livid with somebody on the ice about not coming out to play something or not making a particular play that he thought he should have. So Cats right now, and I think we're going to have icing here against the Cats, and that's not going to help. Just not connecting on things and not, again, putting yourself in a bad position. 2 early period penalties sets it up for the Irish.
So it's Mason Henderson with the goal for the Rosemount Irish. For Henderson, that'll be his second of the year. Heath Erickson got the first assist, and Gavin McNeil the second assist for the Irish. So it's a 2-point night for McNeil. Both of those are helpers. Sherman's got a goal and a helper for the Irish. And opportunity there for Rosemount. Schmucker looking for his second of the game with a pretty good feed there. Just couldn't quite capitalize.
Chili, the only one of the Wildcats, doing a good job of not puck watching on that particular play. Had the back door covered.
Turvold couldn't quite get a good pass off that time. Rosemount able to control just inside their blue line with 6 minutes gone by in a second period that's seen Rosemount add 2 more on their side of the scoreboard. And it's 3-1 for the 11th ranked Irish. The Irish who lead South Suburban Conference play. 4-1 in the conference, 8-3 overall. Wildcats come in, by the way, 4-1 overall, and they're 2-2 in conference play. Middle of the pack in the South Suburban. Benny Williams for the Cats. Lost the puck, trying to come around the far side boards. Hello, Mr. Official. Right in the way of that one. Turnover, Stripes. Turner in deep for the Eagan Wildcats. Here's Larson. Williams, but turnover again. This is Zach Grove. Grove, they list him at 6'3", number 5 in blue. I just noticed it where you mentioned it briefly, but Connor Keogh has not returned to the ice for the Wildcats. He's a young man that got leveled back in that first period about midway through. So hope everything's going to be okay for Connor.
Hopefully just precautionary.
Absolutely. And I saw it's his mom's birthday today, so that's not good. So happy birthday, Jennifer, by the way, but wish we had a better present there for you. 9:47 time left here in the middle frame. Shots on goal this period, 8-1 in favor of the Irish. Lunenburg to draw against Goodwin. And we have an official discussion back at center ice. Austin Kreiser getting some kind of an explanation from, well, actually, no, all 3 officials over there. I don't think Austin likes what he's hearing, just on the left side of your screen, right at the Wildcat bench. And face-off will be to the right of Aiden Finn. Quick shot, and he'll make his second save of the period on the quick shot. Ethan Mann, the junior number 9 for the Cats. And Rosemont going to put a fresh 5. Maybe that's what Coach Kreiser was questioning, something about a line change. I'm not certain.
Oh, about a third of the way through the season, Mike Cook, and the Cats tonight played the first period really, really well. They were solid. It was an even match. It has looked anything other than even here in the second period. And I think we're going to find out about the Cats tonight a little something about their character. Because right now they've dug themselves a hole. Can they dig themselves out of that hole?
I was just about to say, this is the point of the game where that next goal is huge. 2-goal lead for Rosemount, just 9:15 to go middle period. Momentum clearly on the side of the Irish. And they're going to regroup this time. Schubert near side, coming up number 21, Wonky. We've called that name a lot tonight. Wonky a little shoving right at the blue line with Lunneberg. Lunneberg probably not the guy you want to be trying to push around on the Wildcats squad. Wonky with a big hit, got that stick up. That was against Mann. Not sure if something was said or what quite happened there, but here come the Irish again. Wheeling down that left side, drop pass, nothing there, turnover. Here's Blake Pavic for the Wildcats. Pavic going 1 on about 2. Nice defensive play that time, and a couple extra hits. Wonky again. Eagan student section looking for a call. Eagan bench looking for a call.
I think they have a case. I think there probably should have been an interference call. The first hit, I think, was fine. First hit was fine, but when Pavic gets up and he gets hit again, the puck's well away from him. Absolutely, that should have been a penalty for interference. I mean, look, the referees have an obligation in a game like this, and we've talked about it, Mike, before, to keep the kids safe. If they let certain things go like that, there's a chance that people start getting frustrated, people start hitting, and we get more dangerous play between the two teams.
By the way, Ryan Bartle now out of the box for Rosemont. He got that 5 and 10. He's the one that drilled Keogh into the boards back in that first period. And another quick whistle. I thought I heard a whistle.
Thought I heard a whistle too, but on we play.
Yep. Shilkin going to give chase. Eagan looking to regroup. He's got Riley with him. A little too far, going to be up past near side. Garrett Larson gets it out of the zone, but right to a Rosemont player. Williams tries to finish his check. And Rosemont near side, Jack Lenmark pokes it ahead. Hanowski sends it across. And Rosemont just wheeling into the zone. Schwark, glove save. Wisely hanging on to that puck. Hey, Wildcat fans, just a heads up. Wildcats are playing Farmington on Saturday at noon down at South St. Paul, part of the South St. Paul Premier Classic. And I've been told that's actually going to double as a conference game. So Farmington not making an appearance at the Civic Arena this year.
That has happened before, actually, Mike. I remember a few years back the Cats in Farmington did play a conference game at the St. Paul tournament, South St. Paul tournament, I should say.
Yep. Rosemont, by the way, Friday, you're going to be playing over at Eden Prairie in the Dick's Sporting Goods Holiday Classic. You're going to face the host school on Friday at 4:15, and then same time Saturday, you get the Rogers Royals, a team that beat Rosemont 4-3 back Thanksgiving weekend. Rogers ranked 14th, I saw in the latest state poll. So it should be some good hockey over at the Eden Prairie. I would say the Eden Prairie Center, but the Eden Prairie Community Center, I should say. Again, I guess Eden Prairie Center would be the mall. 7.5 to go, period 2. All about the Irish, this frame.
Yeah, if the first period was like a present you really wanted for Christmas, the second period for the Eagan Wildcats has been like a Visa gift card that you found under the tree, but it's already been used. You just need to get something back here.
And turnover, Wildcats. Opportunity, Rosemont dumps it deep into the zone. Opportunity shot, Schwark is there, makes the save. Good hustle, though, by Schmucker, looking for his second of the night for the Irish. Again, turnover, neutral zone, sends Rosemont in.
Well, that is the difference, and that is the difference between an excellent hockey team and even a solid hockey team. Rosemount taking advantage of all of the Eagan mistakes so far tonight, right? I mean, they've done a great job of getting the puck when the Wildcats have fanned on passes or haven't connected or have been tried to be just a little too cute.
Sherman to draw against Nygaard. Riley's going to control for the Wildcats. Can't quite control though behind the net. Nygaard, a little shove there as he gets the pass up ahead. Here's Blake Pavic, 1-on-2. Pavic tangled up. Yeah, we're going to have a penalty that time on the Irish. Schmucker's going to sit. I believe it'll be a hook. Wait for the official call, but it's definitely going to be a Eagan power play upcoming. 10-10, time of the infraction. And I stand corrected, it's not going to be Schmucker. It's going to be number 19, Heath Erickson, the junior. So it's 19, not 18.
Cats need to take advantage of this opportunity, get some momentum back in this period. And this is exactly what they needed.
For Erickson, by the way, that's his first penalty of the season, judging by what was on the Hockey Hub.
That paragon of accuracy, Minnesota Hockey Hub?
Correct. Cats, by the way, 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. Good opportunity there. Williams. We said Williams has got 2 goals each of the last 3 games. And Finn all over that. And we've got some boys being boys.
Whoa!
And and we're going to take a couple guys there.
We're going to have misconduct penalties.
Yep.
We're going to have, oh, wow.
Garrett Larson in for Eagan, and I believe that's Lonke in for Rosemount. And we've got a couple more holiday greetings being shared.
Yeah, they're going to take at least a couple of Irish and maybe 1 or 2 Cats. I think the Cats might end up with a power play out of an additional power play out of this. That was really extra after the whistle for the Irish. I'm not sure if they take 1 of each. I think that's really, I have to disagree with that one. I don't disagree with that decision. That sure seems like a situation. The Irish poured fire on that gasoline. Oh, there goes the second Irish player. That seems right to me.
Hanowski.
Yeah, absolutely.
10:43. It's kind of like you went to a varsity game and a junior gold contest broke out.
Junior gold, you say? What is that?
Junior gold. Heard there was a pretty feisty one on this rink the other night.
I think junior gold's the definition of feisty, but no, I think that's the right call. I think there should be.
Well, Hanowski is going. He's going to the locker room.
And I think, you know what, I got to say, I'm wondering. I think he was the one who dumped the Eagan player that had lost his helmet.
Yeah.
And that is incredibly dangerous. Yeah. And so I wonder, and so they need to get another player in to serve Hanowski's penalty.
We're going to have to get the official word. Jason Hetland, the public address announcer.
He's going to have his work cut out for him.
Absolutely. There's a major now against Rosemount. Lonke, they got a 5 on the board for him. Larson with 2 for the Wildcats. And Hanowski went to the locker room.
Yeah, so Hanowski's he's gone. And I think it was the referees told him to stop. They kept going, and he dumped an Eagan player in a very dangerous way that had lost his helmet. If that player's head had hit the ice, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine what that would have been like.
Yeah, it was Garrett Larson was the young man without the helmet. Well, now wait a minute. Now Hanowski's coming back. Okay, a little confusion. I felt like saying that's Stone Cold's music, and out comes somebody out of the.
So a 5 and a 2, that was the only thing that came out of that.
Yeah. I didn't quite catch what they called the major for.
Grabbing the face mask.
Okay, thank you.
And I think it was grabbing the face mask and ripping it off. I think that was the. I'm just a little confused.
There's some confusion on the Rosemount bench too about who should be out there.
It should be a 4v3.
Yes,
it is.
Which is we got. So Forrester with some room to operate for the Wildcats. Got Turner with him. Turner half wall. Back down low. Rosemont able to Gorn in there with an aggressive play. We got a cat goes down. Student section wants a call. Youth hockey players wanting a call, not getting it.
I think they had a case there. I think that was a crafty move by one of the Irish defenders.
Tried to get it in front of Forrester, nothing doing. Williams can't quite keep it in, and Williams loses a blade. Breakaway opportunity. Vadipo 4-1 Irish. That's a shorty. (11-21). Rosemount, a commanding 3-goal lead. 4 unanswered for the Irish.
And the frustration level of the boys in white is going to be stratospheric. That absolutely should not happen.
Well, now there's a question. We're at the scorer's table. Do they think Larson comes out? I'm confused.
I think they're confused as well. I'm not sure why he's coming out.
Yeah, and Rosemont coaches are all pointing over there like, what's going on?
I think that was a shorthanded goal.
It was a shorty. It was definitely 4-on-3.
Yeah, it was 4v3, so I think what they need to do is put Larson back in the box.
That's what I would assume. Yeah, I don't think that shouldn't change anything.
Yeah, here he...
Yeah, the deep one assisted. That was a given.
Cats somehow think they're going to get 5 skaters here. I don't know how that's going to happen.
No, I don't either.
And this long conversation not doing anything to tamp down the raw nerves that are out there on the ice.
You know, maybe they're just taking a break for some eggnog.
Yeah, 20's coming back out. So he's coming. He's going to get back in the box. So Larson's going to go finish serving his 122, which is, I think that's the right, from our perspective anyway. We're not tied in, obviously, to the referees. We can't buzz Toronto and ask them what's going on. But Cats are not out of this one, Mike, because they have 4:22 left. They're going to have a 3-minute power play at the conclusion of Larson's penalty.
Well, and they've got 49 seconds of 4-on-3 still.
Yeah, and they need to crank something up here and dial up some intensity, connect some passes, stay on their skates.
Shots this period 12-4 Rosemount. Goals 3-0 Rosemount.
Austin Kreiser's trying to take a timeout, and now he gets it,
which I think is probably good. You got to A, settle them down, and B, try to set something up. So as a reminder, Eagan fans, Saturday at noon down at Doug Woog Arena, the South St. Paul Premier Tournament. And I think that goes Monday, Tuesday as well, if I'm not mistaken. And again, Rosemont, you're at Eden Prairie Community Center against the Eagles. Scheduled for 4:15 Friday and also 4:15 Saturday against Rogers. Your next home game, Friday, January 2nd, the Farmington Tigers. 5 o'clock start on a Friday over at the Rosemount Arena.
5 o'clock start on a Friday. Ooh.
Well, I mean, how many people are working on that day, I guess?
Oh, that's a fair point.
Day after New Year's.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yep. So, by the way, something I saw online today, you and I were talking about this between periods. Today is Festivus, according to something I saw online today. It's the Seinfeld created holiday, which people get to air their grievances. So do we have any hockey grievances we need to air?
If I had hockey grievances that I wanted to air, I probably would not be doing it live on ETV. I suspect that's probably safest.
Yeah.
I have grievances, but nothing I choose to air.
Yeah.
It's in contrast to the Costanza-esque holiday. I'll continue to look for mirth and happiness and things like that. And it's the Christmas season. Let's just try to keep it happy and cheerful.
There you go. I mean, I've got my rules if I ever became king for a day for hockey, but home team always wears white, for example, is one of them.
How about having jerseys that I'm going to break my own rule here. How about having jerseys where it's easy to read the numbers?
We'd like to thank the Eagan Wildcats for retiring those gray sweaters.
Yes.
Speaking of that, the gray sweaters with the blue numbers. 17 to go in the 4-on-3 for the Wildcats, by the way. Actually, one of my grievances, by the way, if you're on the penalty kill, why should you be able to send the puck all the way down without it being icing?
That is the way the sport is played, at least at the high school level. The youth level, of course, USA Hockey got rid of that.
I just you know what?
A few years ago.
Your team is penalized. Now you get a break to do something. And offsides are the Rosemount Irish.
Lucky for the Wildcats that the
Yes.
Irish unable to connect on that pass, but sloppy play by the Wildcats right now. Just not able to generate any type of flow and offense despite having an extra man out there, not connecting on passes. Now again, I know you don't work your 4v3 power play too often, but it would seem reasonable to say, look guys, we just need to open up the space. We need to use the space on the ice, and let's have something good happen. Right there. I mean, we're firing passes into guys' skates. Now either the pass was too early, or the guy needs to, where it hits his skates, has got to look for that puck. Because right now the Irish have the puck again.
Eagan about to go on a 3-minute power play as that major against Rosemount's number 10, Hanowski. Well, the Cats did score on a major back in that first period. Here's Pavic for the Cats. 3-on-2 if they hurry, but Pavic loses the puck into the Rosemount zone. Good coverage that time. Gorin in blue. Back in front, Pavic couldn't quite get that one. And Rosemount was able to control the puck with McNeil. Out, opportunity breakaway. Vadipa was behind the Eagan defense. People were napping at the blue line. And nice job by Schwartz to come out and thwart that. Rosemount looking for a call there. For the fans anyway, no chance on that. Here comes Vobel for the Cats. He's got Lunenburg with him. Nygaard down the slot. Short side Vobel, nice save by Finn. Back up top, Shilkin all the way through. That hit his own man on the way through. 2 minutes to go on the man advantage for the Cats. Here, Liam Thomas, number 4 in white, sends it down low. Cats looking to circle Lunenburg down there. He battles with Rosemount's 14, Gorin. There's Shilkin. Saucers a pass across, or at least attempted to. That was all the way through low to Lunenburg. Inside 3 to go in the period.
Lunenburg, a great job just to keep hold of that one.
Yep.
That was the hottest saucer I've ever seen.
Exactly. That was more like you needed like a baseball bat. Kind of, it was like waist high when it got to him. And Lunenburg, baseball guy, but 1:31 to go, by the way, the man advantage.
I guess if it's waist high, we call it a strike, right?
Well, we should. 2:48 to go in this period. Egan's trying to creep back in. They're now up to 7 shots. Rosemont's still sitting at 12 this period. Turner on the draw for the Wildcats. Controlled by the home team. Riley's going to send it deep. That's Turner. Back up top, Williams. Oh, there's a few $100 that just went away with that stick snapping. Couple of 10s going hard for that puck. Forrester for Eagan, Hanowski for the Irish. And Rosemount is not going to be able to keep that one in. It's Williams for Eagan. Minute to go on the advantage. Back out it comes. Aggressive play that time, Hanowski. Hanowski out there without a stick for Rosemount, and he'll head to the bench. Backhanded out. He's got a fresh stick. Actually coming off the bench, this is Sullivan. Sullivan cuts across. And somehow Schwartz got, I believe, the left pad on that. Schwartz keeping this a 3-goal deficit.
He had absolutely no business stopping that puck. I think that puck absolutely ends up in the back of the net a vast majority of the time. But Schwartz showing great resilience, and his team, frankly, hanging him out to dry on this little sequence, right? I mean, that's the third time, going back to the last goal for the Rosemount Irish, that's the third time the Irish have been able to catch the Wildcats on the back line napping.
Well, that all started with Hanowski with the broken stick. He went to the bench. And then it was Sullivan that kind of popped on behind the D.
Yeah, I mean, these players have got to be able to recognize those kinds of things on the ice, and that means having your head on a swivel. Talk about that in football all the time, having your head on a swivel, because you never know what's going to happen, and you never know where the next hit's coming from.
Here's Torvald. Can the Cats get something going with 90 seconds left in this period? Pavic ridden out of the play that time by Gorm, but Pavic back with the puck. Knee guard. And glove save Finn. No, he did drop it. And we are going to play 5-a-side right now. Schwark, Shilkin. The Wildcats looking to just try to get something positive in the last minute of this period. Ideally, that would be a goal. And almost a turnover that time. Gets it back, however, that time was Eilertson. Nope, they are going to say it was an icing.
Well, we heard the referee say ice. The other referee wasn't 100% sure.
No.
And it took a second, but we got there in the end.
Kind of had to look back like, really, blow the whistle.
As I said, the first period was exciting. It was good hockey, back and forth both teams. And the second period has been, well, it has been a lump of coal-esque.
Yes.
For the Wildcats.
Yep. Lots of gifts being given to the Rosemount Irish this period. Opportunity. Well, couldn't quite get that one set up. They had a good opportunity, but here come the Wildcats. Potential late rush. Lunenburg lost the puck with 30 to go. Here comes Rosemount the other way. Oh, drop pass. Incoming. And just poked ahead that time by Henderson. Henderson had that third goal of the night for the Irish. Forrester in deep. Rosemount tried to walk out with it. Tried to cross. Couldn't quite connect that time. If Henderson were a left-handed shot, it's 5-1. And Finn, nope, he lets it go. Final seconds are going to tick off. And after 2 periods, it's going to be the Rosemount Irish 4 and the Eagan Wildcats 1. As you said, Nathan, a period dominated by the Irish.
Well, the Irish demonstrating why they're one of the top teams in the state at Class AA. Wildcats, good opportunity to do something positive there in that second period, but really came out flat, and the Irish took advantage of all the opportunities. They took advantage of all of the mistakes that the Wildcats were making. And, that's what good teams, that's what excellent hockey teams do. I mean, credit to the Irish. But really, right now, I think the Wildcats have to really buckle down and really focus, and make this third period, play this third period like they played the first period.
Absolutely. Like I said, the Cats have won 3 in a row coming in. Momentum was definitely coming in on their side. They were able to find the back of the net, but boy, the Rosemont has definitely shut them down, especially in the last 17 minutes. So we got 17 minutes to go in this one. We're going to take a break, and you'll be back for the third period. You're watching Eagan TV's coverage of Wildcat hockey.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's 3 different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns, they must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
periods of play. It's the Rosemount Irish 4, Eagan Wildcats 1. And Nathan, you and I get through the talking about. Let's talk about our crew here tonight.
Our ordinarily award-winning TV crew here at ETV. Our director is Tim Shinyon. Our camera operators tonight are Nick Mudd and Paul Winkles. I understand that the Grinch got into our system and was doing the graphics for the first 2 periods. We don't have a monitor here tonight at our station here at Eagan Civic Arena, but we understand the graphics seem to suggest that maybe the Wildcats were playing Prior Lake. It is not, in fact, the Lakers at Eagan Civic Arena tonight. It is the Rosemount Irish.
Yeah, so the Grinch is taking over. Lump of coal coming to somebody's stocking for that one.
Somebody will be on the naughty list, no question about that.
You and I are on a lot of lists, probably. All right. Meanwhile, back in reality.
Yes.
4-1 Rosemont. Rosemont 3 goals in that second period. Cats really need to come out here in this third period. They got to get something right away. If Rosemont gets the next goal,
it could get ugly in more ways than one.
Thank you. I was trying to think what the right phrase I wanted to use, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You're 100% correct about that. The Wildcats need to come out and show some fighting spirit, take it to the Irish, and the Irish also, to be fair, they need to keep their cool too. They've already had 2 major penalties tonight, and I got to tell you, if you're the referees and you see any more ridiculousnly from anybody, you might send them to the showers. Hanowski ended up not being sent off
at all,
which was a little bit confusing. Maybe they had some mistaken identity. We'll have to go back and look at the replay, but in any event, we play on.
Just looking ahead, by the way, these teams will meet February 12th down at Rosemount, second to last game of the regular season. At that point, boy, Rosemount could be looking to clinch the South Suburban Crown as they have the lead right now among conference play. You said 4-1 coming in the conference. Cats are 2-2, middle of the pack. And Irish looking to get something going early. Not going to happen. Eagan pokes that one back into the Rosemount zone. To the right of netminder Aiden Finn. 14 saves thus far for Finn. And out of a lot of those saves, I wouldn't say more than a couple maybe were tough saves. A lot of shots from way out where he's had the glove on him kind of thing. Thomas pokes it out for the Wildcats, but it's going to be Rosemont taking over neutral. They'll dump that one deep into the Wildcat zone. Just below the ice bumper car rides sign here in the Civic Arena. Yes, they have ice bumper cars here at the Eagan Civic Arena. If you're looking for something to do. Here comes Nygaard and the Wildcats. He's got Pavic with him. Nygaard going to carry down that left side right past the Rosemont student section. Eilertson trying to get it back to Nygaard. Looking to get it in front, unable to do so, however. And Rosemont quickly back onto the offensive attack. Eagan, however, is going to control with Forrester. He was shadowed that time by Vadipo. Vadipo's got one tonight, nearly had a second. And he'll control the puck once again. Nope, didn't get it much on that shot. And the Cats unable to clear. Try it once again. That time it does get out just past Blake Pavic. Kind of look back at one of the Rosemont players. I'm not sure if something got set over there, but we play on.
You know, you mentioned how quickly the Rosemont Irish pushed that puck and moved to the aggressive forecheck. I got to tell you, I mentioned at the beginning of the game how the Cats look like physically they are, roughly the size of the Irish. Irish usually have big teams. Cats haven't always had good size. Cats seem to have good size as Schwark makes another paddle save up into the nets. But I'll tell you right now, what I am seeing is the Irish are a lot faster than the Wildcats. The Irish are very, very fast in terms of acceleration and extended speed. And the Cats, look, if the Cats are a little less fast, they're going to have to do something else. They're going to either have to be really smart about their positioning, they're going to have to cover for each other, whatever it is. But right now, the Irish just running past the Cats.
Well, I'll tell you, too, I've noticed back when Eagan even gets anything into the Rosemont zone, the Rosemont D is back and on them extremely fast. Kind of like stripes on a candy cane. They're just all over them. Okay, it's a poor attempt at a Christmas reference, but
well, no, I mean that's I didn't think it was poor at all. I thought it was solid.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, look, not everyone can be a home run. Sometimes you got to hit singles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Rosemont going to keep this one in. Good one. Leaves it back up top. Long shot. Gorn, and that goes just wide. That nearly found its way into that corner.
Cats sitting back have to be aggressive. Again, when you're up against a good team, tendency to lay off.
Shot that hit traffic on the way through. Defensive play. That might have been Shilkin or Turner, one of them two. All the way down, and no, the icing is waved off as played in the Rosemount zone. Wheeling through for the Irish. Good one. Odd angle shot. Schwark with the save. And that was as Rosemount was changing up everybody else behind the play.
Yeah, Cats on the wrong end of this right now, and you could. One of the things that we're seeing now that we've started in the second period and we're seeing it again now. They're sitting back instead of being aggressive. When you're up against a team that's bossing you around a little bit, there's a tendency to hang back, a tendency to be worried about making a mistake instead of being aggressive and closing the distance between yourself and whoever has the puck.
Backhanded in by the Irish right in front of the Wildcat bench. Eagan just struggling to get it out of their own zone once again. Thomas finally able to get it out. The puck actually had a little more life on it than I thought, and it's going to be an icing against the Wildcats. That puck was going to barely make the Rosemount blue line. But on the frozen ice, it went a ways. Face-off will be to the left of Schwark. Schwark, what skill would you master outside of hockey? Schwark said either basketball or NHL 26. There you go. 13 minutes to go in this one. Vobel to give chase. And he exchanges a couple little shoves over there on the far side with DeGroot. Shot, oh, what a snipe that time. Vadipo, give him his second of the night. That's a highlight reel goal right there.
Oh, what an absolute strike. A laser into the top corner, and Schwark kind of left by himself there. Is Vadipo able to just get that on his tape and hammer that one into the top corner? Nobody in front of him. Schwark had some traffic coming from his right. But the Irish rampant.
It's his second unassisted of the night. 5-1 Rosemount. Few Eagan fans heading for the exits. 12 and a half to go in this third period. Larson in front. Couldn't quite connect that time. And here come the Irish. Just a quick breakout for the Rosemount Irish. Drop pass. Opportunity. Looking, dragging. Turner make it 6-1 Irish. What a play by Sherman to hang on to that puck. Oh, he drills it home.
He held and he held and he held, and the defense just sagged. The defense wasn't able to kind of come over and help out Schwark. And again, I'm going to say these last two goals, these quick ones in succession, defense has got to do a better job of taking away those shooting lanes. And the air really out of the Wildcats right now.
32 seconds apart, those two Rosemount goals. We'll have to see what kind of assist they give on that goal. So DeGroot got an assist, as did Connor Schubert. Second of the game tonight for Sherman, gives him 5 for the season. And here comes Rosemont again. Nope, they were offside. Good call by the official right there. 11:50 to go in this one. I don't think we need to use the R word. And when we say R, we're not talking Rosemont. We're talking regular.
Yeah, from time to time, Mike, you've managed to either curse us or not curse. You've managed to curse us a few times by using the R word, but
yeah,
I think the Wildcats are kind of on the wrong end of this one at this point. Yep. But that being said, what I and I think a lot of Cat fans would like to see is it's just a good fight back, right? Let's get a couple more on the board, and let's be aggressive and keep playing good hockey, fundamental hockey. for the next minute, 11:30, and we'll see what happens.
Yep. 6 goals allowed ties a season high against the Wildcats. Also gave up 6 down at Farmington. That was an overtime loss down at Schmitz-Mackey Arena. And for the Rosemount Irish, 3rd time they've got 6 goals this season. Yet to put 7 on the board. Shilkin trying to go for the big hit for the Wildcats with just under 11 to go. Opportunity across. Again, Schwark makes that save. 29th shot on goal of the game for the Irish. Long shot all the way through. That hit Shilkin on the way through. Turvold was in there as well for the Eagan Wildcats. Nygaard knocked off the puck. Back out to center. Again, the Cats, boy, they're not hustling towards the puck at all.
Credit to the Irish. They smell blood in the water. They've got 6 on the board already, and every Irish player. It's this way in youth hockey. Is a great turnover there for the Cats. It was Turner.
Turner with Pavic. Turner odd angle shot. Larson was in front, but that one right through the crease. Back Larson tried to get it in front. Backhand goes just wide off the stick of Turner. Big hit behind the play. And Rosemont going to come away with the puck out of the zone, I think. Yep, just past Eilertson tried to keep it in. I think he might have momentarily.
Irish just so aggressive. So aggressive and so fast. Cats don't really have a chance to open up their lunch packs, right? I mean, it's everything they could do just to keep control of the puck.
You need to play like that. Williams just kind of got quickly at a Rosemont defender on him and just kind of dropped the puck there, scored it outside the blue line. Eagan forced to regroup once again. Bad turnover again. Here's Zach Grove in for Rosemont. 9:20 to go in this one. Rosemont just a clinical dissection of these Eagan Wildcats, really since the start of the second period.
It'll be a situation where the Wildcats will look at that.
Nice tip attempt. Good swave, though, by Schwark.
Yeah, Schwark really.
That was DeGroot, I believe, that nearly got that tip for the Irish.
Yeah, Austin Schwark saving the blushes of the defense. Now with
9 minutes to go.
9 minutes to go. That's what I was going to say. Is a brain malfunction on my part.
Too much tidings of joy.
Yeah, or maybe not enough.
Or too many sugar cookies and other little sweet treats.
Definitely too many of those.
Well, Rosemont loses that one at the blue line. And Thomas couldn't quite get it across. That was Sherman that was the guilty party for Rosemont. Kreiser, I believe it's his first shift for the Rosemont Irish, number 17 in white, Brody. Played 3 periods of JV, getting a little varsity action as well. As we said, the Cats, they've been without Connor Keogh since really the middle of that first period. Top line, well, I shouldn't say top line. One of the wingers, he's got Thomas and Lunenburg also part of that trio.
Yeah, we just hope that Keogh, obviously, look, as we talked about before the game, Mike, we knew there would be penalties. We knew there would be hitting. We knew there would be physical play between these two teams, but what we don't want to see is anybody have to leave the ice or anyone suffer serious injury, and hopefully for Connor Keogh, that is not the case.
Right. Long shot, Schwark got a blocker on that one to help it steer wide. Puck pops up, kept in by the Irish. Back up top, shot from way out short, glove save. Heath Erickson. Erickson, he does not have a point tonight. No, he does have his 1 assist for the Irish tonight. 3 assists, by the way, for Gavin McNeil tonight for Rosemont, number 9.
Got to give some credit. I think we also have to give some credit to the Irish coaching staff. After that first intermission, Cats were really playing with the Irish, and since then, it has been, I wouldn't say one-way traffic, but it's pretty close to one-way traffic. And so whatever they said, whatever the Irish coaching staff did to say, hey, settle down, play your game, do this, do that, whatever they said, big kudos to them because they've clearly demonstrated their quality here tonight.
That was Finn with the save, by the way, on Turner there a few seconds ago. Finn will improve on the year. 2 as I try to go to the Rosemont stats section. This will be, he'll go to 3-0 on the season. Rosemont kind of been Drew Sherman, Sam Clements also seen some time for the Irish between the pipes this year. So kind of a three-headed group in net for Rosemont. Again, Schwark kind of taken over between the pipes for the Wildcats. Although I would expect to see Micah Strop get some time down in that South St. Paul Premier Tournament. 3 games in 4 days, I believe, is how that plays out. With just under 7 to go in this one. 6-1 Irish. Said earlier, Rosemont came in, they were 11th in AA in the state poll I saw from a week ago.
Lots of youth hockey players down there behind the Eagan net, all wearing blue Santa hats.
No, I think this time tomorrow night they might, opportunity, Finn with the save. And no extracurriculars. I was thinking those youth hockey players, they might want to be in bed about this time on Christmas Eve. There's jolly old St. Nick making an appearance for all the good little girls and boys.
Well, we've already seen one stick broken tonight. I can tell you right now that would be somebody's Christmas present that was a little unplanned. But as expensive as these sticks are, every hockey parent, no matter what team you're on, when you see that as a hockey parent, there's a part of you that winces.
Vobel across ice. Eilertson just tips it ahead. Actually, he'll get it back in front of the Irish bench. That one was way wide of the cage. Vobel shot in front. Thomas was there. Opportunity. And Finn with the big save that time. Nice opportunity for the Cats on the rebound.
What a great glove by Finn.
Yep.
What a fantastic glove. It's hard to see from our angle, but clearly he snapped that glove up to where he needed to be because the Cats had an opportunity and were fairly unmolested in that shot. A rough angle, certainly, but a big save to keep it at 1 goal for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it would have been Brody Kreiser. It would have been his first goal. Also his first point at the varsity level this season. As it is, that will have to come at another time. Well, let's see if we get a little more Brody here in the last, what do we got, just over 6 minutes to go. We had Ethan Mann out there earlier. Ryan Grotman, I think, had a shift, maybe 2. We'll see if some of those young men get a little more ice time here with under 6 to go. Or is this something where if you're Coach Kreiser, you say, you know what, we got to keep our regular guys out there. Try and find something positive here to end this one.
Well, one positive would be to go back and look at that first period. Whatever you were doing in the first period, you want more of that. I also wonder if maybe the Irish, maybe we're taking the Wildcats a little too lightly in the first period. Maybe weren't being quite as aggressive or being quite as sharp as they needed to be. The Wildcat hockey program obviously has not done well. To be honest with you, has not done well against the Irish for quite some time as that one gets steered wide on a regular basis, I should say. And so as a result, maybe the Irish, young men of the Irish wearing the Irish sweaters maybe just said, we got these guys, and then realized, we're going to have to work a little harder.
Well, you could definitely say the life has been sucked out of this arena. It is quiet here two nights before Christmas.
Yeah, we started with a really nice crowd, and even the Irish crowd's thinned out a little bit. The Wildcat student section and youth players have thinned out as well.
Is there school tomorrow?
Is there school tomorrow?
Well, it's Christmas Eve.
There is not school tomorrow.
There's not school tomorrow, okay.
Well, at least in District 196.
196, yeah, 196, yeah. Here's Riley. That was a nice intercept that time by Rosemont's Henderson. My kid's about graduate, so I'm kind of out of the loop on this stuff now.
Oh. No, 196 schools, their last day was Friday. Your kids have all graduated. Mine have not. Okay. I'm going to be in this meat grinder for another almost decade. Thank you very much.
4 to go in this one. Speaking of number 4, there's Thomas in.
Good hustle from Thomas.
Yep.
We've seen a couple of times here in the third period, Thomas has made a smart play or showed some real hustle, and that's what you expect out of a senior captain.
Remember, it was the Eagan Wildcats who were up 1-0 in this game. 12-14 of the opening period on Turvold's goal. Have not really come close to sniffing another one since that point.
Well, and of course the Irish are going to do the smart thing here and play. Now it's their turn to play fundamental hockey, right? Make sure both defensemen stay back. Make sure that third forward stays high as they're in over offside.
So you were just saying what, fundamentals?
Fundamentals. Yeah, I mean, hey, not giving up the breakaways, not making risky passes. I will say this: the other thing I've noticed from the Irish is their stick handling and their creativity has been on display here tonight, Mike. And a couple of times they've created some nice opportunities, turning to the right, turning to the left, opening up their hips, doing whatever they need to do. And a couple of times the Cats have fanned on stuff. They fanned on passes, they fanned on clearing attempts, and it's a situation where it's a concentration issue, maybe it's a nerves issue. In any event, it's a situation where they, look, if you make that pass right the first time and you don't fan on it, now you've set your teammate up to do something good.
Well, Rosemont about to improve to 5-1 in their last 6 games. In that stretch, they've got 3 shutouts. This will potentially lead to 1 goal, and they allowed 2 to Lakeville South. They lost 7-3 to Hermantown, and that was one, I think the Hawks, like I said, number 1 in Class A. They had 4 goals in the third period to break that one open. So Rosemont's got some defensive success going as well this year. Really, you take away that 7, they've got a 4 on there. And we've got another penalty upcoming, and we've got probably a couple of penalties upcoming.
Yeah, we do.
Nygaard in there.
Nygaard's going to go, and one of the Irish players will also go.
Hanowski, I believe, is number 10.
Yep.
Let's see if he actually goes to the box this time.
I'm thinking earlier it was maybe a case of mistaken identity.
I think it was too.
It was mistaken identity. They thought it was him, and in fact, it was somebody else.
Yep.
I think this is the right call again. Obviously a penalty against the Wildcats. Easy call, easy whistle, especially at 2:33 to go in a 6-1 hockey game. But then again, if you're the Irish, stay cool. Little tap there would have been okay, but the extra stuff to give yourself a 2-minute penalty, again, don't need to do that.
Yep.
Doesn't need to. It's it's like in soccer. When a player's going away from goal, you don't need to foul. You don't need to commit the foul. You just stay and wait there, and you let them make the mistake. Yeah, penalties aren't even on the board, so they'll both come out at the first whistle after 33 seconds.
Here's Silgan, by the way, his first shift for the Wildcats tonight, number 32, the junior. Looking for the pass, trying to get it across to him, and he nearly got a goal. Finn all over to make that save, but a nice play by Turner for Silgan. And
exciting stuff. I'm sure they're down there exchanging cookie recipes.
I'm sure that's what it is. Happen to have the Eagan program open to Aaron Silgan. What would you sing during karaoke night? Cupid Shuffle.
I don't know the Cupid Shuffle.
I have no idea what the Cupid Shuffle is.
Okay, well, we're definitely dating ourselves.
Heard of the Curly Shuffle.
Our kids are the Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah.
But our kids are now rolling their eyes and are cringing. I think that's the word.
You know what? I think all those grandparents that are watching this hockey game as well are going, we have no idea what you're talking about.
They're just as clueless as we are, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Inside 2 minutes to go.
Cats just need to see this one out, play smart. Maybe let's get one more. It'd be fun to get one more on the board. It'd be nothing but a consolation goal at this point, but let's see if we can get somebody to light the lamp one more time.
And we've got a whistle because we've got a couple of guys. We got a couple of 13s, Williams and Henderson, for Eagan and Rosemont respectively, collided at the Wildcat blue line.
What's interesting is there's a collision.
Yeah.
The referee blows a whistle.
And actually Silgan's going to sit. I don't think. Is this going to be a bench minor on the Wildcats? I didn't see 32 do anything for Eagan. He was down in the zone. Just get the official word on this. Well, they got Williams' number on the board with 1:37 to go.
And Silgan serving it.
Yeah, maybe.
I got the wrong kid in the box, I think.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that either, but
Any event we play on.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, Cats with a test here. Keep the Irish off the scoreboard here of this power play.
That's a good play that time by the Eagan Wildcats to be able to dump that one down. That was number 16, Ben Shilkin. Or check that was Eilertson, I stand corrected. 68 seconds to go. Turbo watching Vadipo. Vadipo looking for the Hattie.
That would definitely be something the Wildcats would not like to see.
Right.
So if you're a Wildcat player, let's make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, Lenmark trying to go far side. Had a good look. Schwark made a nice save. But Rosemont continues to control. Vadipo's kind of circling out there near the left circle, over the left dot. There's the pass to him. Oh! Schwark, I don't know if he got a piece of that or just went wide. Long blast, that hard off the end boards. Another one just wide, and Rosemont unable to keep that one in with 22 seconds to go. Time for one more rush, or do you just kind of play a little catch in your own zone? And
it's a rivalry game in 196. You are going to bring this up and try to shoot, and you got to do it onside.
Yep, it was right down here at the blue line. McNeil was slowly dragging the toe, but couldn't quite stay onside, and the official was right there. And Neil looks back going, okay, yeah, you got me.
Well, it hasn't quite gone the way of the Wildcats, but I'll tell you, Mike, this is my first game joining you on the broadcast this season, and I want to say thanks to Dan Woog for his indomitable spirit and his style, bringing a little bit of enthusiasm to these broadcasts. And who knows, maybe I'm the jinx. Maybe we need to bring Dan back.
No, nobody. No.
But in any event.
Well, if anything went wrong with the broadcast, we said it was Dan's fault.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that
was our out tonight.
That's our out. Well, we're definitely going to take the out as the Wildcats end up on the wrong end of a 6-1 score. The Rosemount Irish, after an even first period, absolutely put the pedal down and extended and played some great hockey. Played some great hockey and really dominated the Wildcats in a fashion that we've seen over the last handful of years. These two teams, it's the Rosemount Irish have had the Wildcats number. Even when the Wildcats have played well or had some success, the Irish have always seemed to find a way to get that done. And maybe it just took them a period to wake up, but the Irish dominating, and you can see why they're one of the top teams in the state.
Absolutely. 6-1 Rosemont, your final. And it's the last home game of 2025 for the Eagan Wildcats, which means that's our last broadcast of 2025 as well.
We will have a broadcast on Senior Day, the 27th. The girls high school team plays Creek-Durham Hall. And like I said, it is Senior Day, and so I understand we'll have some special festivities for that. So if you are looking for something to do on the 27th, it is Saturday at 3 o'clock is the varsity game. Go ahead and tune in to ETV and check us out. We'd love to have you with us.
So again, that's going to wrap things up here from the Eagan Civic Arena. Once again, your final score, the Rosemount Irish 6, Eagan Wildcats 1. He's Nathan Cron, I'm Mike Cook. Thanks for being with us. And as we always say on this broadcast, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.